Little late, better late than never. Same guy, different shirt. Do you know where your Frenchie is? It's like 520, 540 something. This one's going to be a quick one, boys. We got things to see, people to do. Riccione Dolphins. I know you don't know that there's a baseball team called the Dolphins. What number is it? Probably, yep, yeah, the greatest. And then played there in Italy. Ran into it down here when I was showcasing at some academy. Went to some workout for the Reds. Yeah, I'm going to sign with the Reds. I end up in Italy. Hit about $160. I think more balls hit me in the head than hit my bat. This was like our game 2 jersey. It's kind of like a soccer. You see the Macron, but we had a blue one and a red one. Riccione Dolphins. Yes, there's a baseball team called the Dolphins. Real quick on this one, tour stuff, tour schedule, Florida schedule, some Florida League stuff, some summer stuff, a couple of signings, and update on your boy Tariq Bacon. Doing better. Saw a picture. The lip is, he got lucky. Very lucky. He's okay. He'll be okay. Happy that Tariq will be okay. If you don't know, I announced it yesterday. Lead off the game yesterday. Got one up in the head face area and was in the emergency room before he could get to first base. And he'll be all right. But a couple of things. Schaumburg Boomers hit us up. Games in April. So you'll see that if you're following on BlackSoxProBaseball.com. If you're not following here, subscribing here, there's a reason I'm late. I need to make this my full-time gig. And right now it's I got things to see and people to do. So if you could subscribe, pass this, comment, blow it up for me, because the more we blow it up, the more we can start doing some stuff from the phone, going live, wherever we are, doing some interviews, bringing some people in, get some sponsors and blow this thing up. But subscribe. Thank you for the 730, whatever. We've gained like 35 in the last couple of weeks. That's awesome. Trying to stay consistent for you guys. Same dude, different shirt. Wreath, didn't think I could pull it off, but I think I can get to 300 different baseball-ish shirts on the year. But Schaumburg wants to play. So April, they hit me up for a few dates. I could have went the day after or soon after the Washington Wild things turn around on the 24th. They wanted to go the 26th. I might go the 27th, the 28th, because it gives us an extra day to get there from Washington and maybe be a little bit stronger travel-wise and everything. Not sure exactly yet, but somewhere in those 3 days we'll play Schaumburg. And then also looking to add games against Lexington, who we mentioned yesterday might come down to Florida. We could see some guys there. Schaumburg, the Boomers, I worked for them for like 5-6 years when they were with the Gary South Shore Railcats, had the same owner. We'll get to see Jamie Bennett, who I went to Schaumburg to see in the finals against Pat Scalabrini's Quebec, the 4-time Frontier League back-to-back champs. And speaking of Quebec, that's our Florida game that we're going to announce is going to be March 18th, and probably more games right in that neighborhood. March 18th is a Wednesday, so probably middle of the week, middle of Florida camp, we will play the Quebec Cannoniers. JP hit us up. And we'll get some games over there in front of the best. So I'll try to be bringing the best there, probably the guys that I think could compete on a 5th straight Frontier League Quebec championship type team. So those games are on the schedule, March 18th, and then April 26, 27, 28, somewhere in there for Schaumburg, and looking to add Lexington. If you're following online and you're looking at the website, you're looking at the rosters, you'll see it broken down a little bit different. Some new names added on there. I had to add Cruzy after seeing him on Sunday, called strike thrower. It's funny. I said it right before he threw a pitch. Really good pitch to throw, to show. And then right after, again, here comes a called strike. That's what he does best. Boom. And we need strike throwers. What are you flipping your bowl over? This guy is on a diet. But added Cruzy on there if you look at the tour schedule. And then Whitbeck, Mercier with the Chicago ad for Gary. We got Mercier on there, and some of the local guys. We'll add some more Chicago guys to the Schaumburg. Put Bujdos on there. He's going to be playing in Kenosha. He's up in that area. So obviously if a team, Schaumburg or somebody, called for the most athletic guy that could do the thing. And also right now about to add Delgado to that. Delgado confirmed that he'll be there for Sunday's SFBL finals game. He's back at it. So that's pretty athletic to start there for Schaumburg, Delgado and Bujdos, and looking to have a very athletic, versatile team to go showcase to them, because that's what they're going to be looking to pick up. guys that move around well and put the ball in play, and fundamentally sound team with some juice. But you could see on the Florida, adding Delgado on there to the Wolfpack limits you. I think you're down to 5 spots on that one team. So like I said, guys, it's going to be less and less spots every day as guys lock in. I think there's 8 spots on one team, 5 spots on another, 9 spots on the other. The Sunday team will break up after the finals this week. So that first roster you see, Boynton Black Sox, will probably disappear. But that does lead me into the next thing, which is, and pass this around, if I haven't heard from Del Rey or Million or the Braves or anybody yet, it's because you're not sharing it, you're not passing it around. But we should just do our own league. The SFBL wants to do something down south and all these random places that always get rained out, and then they tell you forfeit, but you didn't. It really just got rained out. And I don't want to do that anymore. I think we should incentive league, Nationals, good competition, Braves, Million, Margate Marlins. Let's bring in, I can have a couple of teams in it. The big problem people have with us is we don't want to play on your fields, and we don't like that you don't use umpires. Well, I don't like that. You're all freeloading. So you pay for fields, you pay for umpires. We'll get better umpires than you guys see down here every weekend for the last 20 years. Let's get better fields than we've had lately. Obviously, I have Dyer for some Sundays, but really there's a lot of other options, especially with the Braves and the other teams that are going to come in. And let's spend a little, make it better. I'll do some incentive payouts just the way we're doing it. You can do an MVP incentive. You could do a lead, or, for the season, for the games. You can do a winner gets a free season. You can do whatever it is that you want. We can do more games in March at Santa Lucis, at our place, and make it a short season, February, March, April. That's it. Make it a really good season. Maybe add some Saturdays or a weekday if teams want to do it. Let's find out right away. I'll send some messages out. But if there are a couple other quality teams that want to get in, but what's the point of doing this men's league thing where guys basically are selling something that's worth nothing to each other and using the players who don't do the right thing and waste everybody's time? And then you get there and you're not playing for anything on top of that. It makes it worse. Sucks. No point. I'm out SFBL unless we do something legit. And I think I'm the only one that's going to be able to really put anything legit together. So speak to your boys. Let's get them together. Like those 6 teams I mentioned, I think that'd be great. We can have a couple of teams in it. Also leaning towards a real world comes to Palm Beaches in March. The first week of when we get down to spring will be March 20th, that first weekend, 2021-22. I was thinking about doing a real world comes to Palm Beaches, real Dominicans, real Venezuelans, real Puerto Ricans actually playing for their team. Not me, the only guy that played in Italy, beating Italy for the 3rd, 4th year in a row in the championship is pointless. I played there, Lou played there, and everybody on their team, used to play for us. So pointless again. But let's try to get that going. The real world comes to Palm Beaches. Let's get this league going here in the next couple of weeks. I'd say after Super Bowl, we finish mid-April when we go on the tour, or even through April is fine with me, but not much longer than that because we won't be back till the end of May. That would be the best option that I could really think that we could pull off. As for the signings, I don't know if you guys are looking, but, we mentioned Scout Knotts on that American Association the other day. Randall Reith making some moves. He grabs Cooper Weiss, a guy I tried to get last year when Taggart released him after like the first game of the season. The kid goes down to Cleburne and scores the game-winning run that night or something. Anyway, Cooper Weiss now infield, Gary Southshore Railcats, along with Carlos Machado and Jake Hoover. So Randall making some moves. And if you scroll and you see who else they signed, some of the Jose Sermos and those guys signed back with Fargo. And Keyshawn Lynch, though, in Winnipeg, signed him in 23 off the tour. Keyshawn, nice minor league career, actually played in some of the Indy ballparks before they became Indy ballparks, Missoula, Kane County. And Florida guy, joined us on the tour back in 23, was a Diamondbacks kid and ended up playing, I think, about a month in Cleburne after he had gone to like the USPBL and, was like, yeah, that wasn't it. And then joined us and locked in with Cleburne for about a month. He played 17 games. I'm pretty sure that season we sent him and Jarrell McDade. They were both in the Yinzer, or maybe he was home and McDade was playing in the Yins. I don't remember. Maybe they were both home. A long time ago. 23 was the last year of the Yins, but we sent McDade and Lynch over there for a month to Cleburne to play for then manager Logan Watkins. Watkins, now with Winnipeg, has signed Lynch for the last 2 years to play in Winnipeg 69 and 79 games, 253 at-bats the first year, 316 at-bats last year, 30 more hits than he had last year, 71 this year, 15 doubles, 2 triples, homer, 27 RBIs in 79 games, 10 bags. Nice 371 OBP, hit 267 last year after kind of sporadic time, hitting 203 the year before in 24. But definitely an impact player, an infielder, can move around. Hopefully you'll see him getting picked up soon. I know we mentioned yesterday on yesterday's thing, James Nelson picked up by the Houston Astros. So can't wait to go see him over down the road here in Palm Beach if he's going to be around. And hopefully we'll be able to get Keyshawn Lynch picked up here in the near future and get him back on the road where he's looking to go. And he'll be at one of these ballparks nearby that we can stop by and see. You see the rest of the American Association transactions for the 13th, Sioux Falls, Milwaukee, Fargo, Cleburne, picking up some guys, Sioux City and Sioux Falls. I think Sioux City, maybe. I've seen some names, some younger names this year. And you see former Frontier League lefty joining Fargo. So some of the young guys moving up in the ranks from lower level indie ball, Pioneer and Frontier, and moving up into the AA and Atlantic, which are, no matter what anybody tells you, a different level of competition because of the roster restrictions and the things that go into it. So no matter how much everybody tries to tell you those other leagues are phenomenal, they are. They're great leagues. Pioneer and Frontier, you're great. But your roster restrictions make you not the American Association and the Atlantic League. But, for players that don't understand what I'm talking about, I talked about Keyshawn Lynch, some time in the minor leagues with the Diamondbacks, signed in 2017. Click on these names. Click on Cam Hassard. Click on Pinelo Tano. Click on Edinson Batista. I'm not going to do it. You do it. Click on them. Copy, paste, baseball reference. See where these guys played and what kind of jobs you're really trying to get to, and understand why we're running which is the last and final part of this, summer teams. Kenosha Kings up in the Wisconsin area, we've been running for 3 years. We've signed like 35, 40 players out of it. New Jersey Sox and Jersey have been over 20 years. We've signed hundreds of players out of it. Signing about a dozen players a year right now out of both places to independent professional baseball with the best available guys. It's not always the best guys. It's the guys that are in the right place at the right time. That's why we do it. And so if you want to compete with these guys, the Edinson Batistas and the Brock Bells and the Caleb McNeelys and those guys, you're not going to. When they go down, we're in the area and we know those people, or they know us, or the teams they're playing against, and they're going to hit us up knowing that we have a credible organization right there. You see it time and time again with guys that get promoted and stick with it and keep signing our guys. You saw Scout Knotts from the Frontier League now to the American Association. You've seen Reitz from the Frontier League, Matt Reitz, to the Atlantic, and now back to the Association. I think the Association is the only league actually that he never pitched in. So covering all the leagues, getting guys playing for a long time, a long duration of time, is locking in to do the right thing in the future. And that's why we're doing this FIL thing now in the winter, where you can earn money to put towards your spring. You can earn money in the spring in South Florida, put towards your summer. And then in the summer, there's an option, which I don't know if all the Kenosha guys, all the summer guys know, but you should do this if you think you're any good. $1,500 for rookies. And the returning guys, I think it's $1,000 to $2,000. Rookies, it's $15 to $25. Pay the $25 and be eligible for double the incentives. If you guys win 40 games and you win 5 MVPs, you win $1,000 towards the next season. If you don't, you don't. But what if you pay the $1,500 or $1,000 and you win 5 MVPs and you get no incentive? So we can't offer incentive on the road. Obviously, it's a whole nother budget. It's a whole nother umpires, coaches' fees, housing, all the stuff that goes into summer teams. You guys know the runaround. But we want to be able to give you guys something if you put in more, and putting in more will help us make it better with fields and being able to get players and housing and whatever else it is that we need. So there are some guys that paid $2,500 for Kenosha. And when that guy wins the MVP, he's going to win 2 times the awards, 2 times meaning 200. And I think we could probably, if we get it budgeted and some guys buy into it, I bet we could make the prize money for the end of the week, the end of the month, and the end of the season. I bet we could make that double the prize money, because again, it's phantom prize money that goes into your future. And that's where these names you're seeing, Keyshawn Lynch played for 3 years. The names we mentioned, McDade played for 5 years. Bujos has been around for a while. All the names on those lists have pretty much been around for a while. The new guys, we're about to find out if you're going to be around for a while. And the way you do that, and the way we're trying to do that now, is give you this incentive league thing that you can buy into, put money towards the future. So you do have an option to pay double and win double. And once we fill up in South Florida, I might give everybody that option. Hey, guys, you want to win more? Put it down. bet on yourselves. That's what this is all about, is gambling on yourself, because that's what everybody says that they want to do until the shit goes down. And then they want to make excuses for why this happened, that happened, or whatever didn't happen for them. But I'm not really a big excuse guy, not really a big cliche guy. I say, if it was me, 5'7", 165 drunk pounds, I'm winning 10 MVPs minimum. And if I buy into it, 10 MVPs is $2,000. If I paid 2,500, I just bet a $500 season, or I put it towards my next season. Simple. If you don't think you're that kind of player, you don't think your team's going to win 40 games, 10 games, whatever it is, then don't buy into it. But I think as you guys see the breakdown, that'll start on Wednesday. However, Wednesday, it's raining down here in South Florida, so we're going to bounce around, check some fields. But the FIL is supposed to start Thursday, so you'll start seeing some breakdowns and some how guys like I talked about it the other day, think that maybe the defensive play of Bujdos going 0 for 4 with a couple of punch outs may have been the MVP of the game in the 10-4 game where 3 balls were bounced. And if they weren't caught, it's probably not 10-3. I don't know. That's a stretch. However, if it keeps happening, I mean, maybe it's a vote. Maybe it's not up to me. Maybe I'm not the highest ranking officer one day. Maybe it's somebody else, another manager, another coach, and they see something different and they want to reward what they saw. But that note, going to dip, subscribe, follow, pass it around. No more Instagram close friends. It's only going to be here. Text me. I'll tell everybody. I don't really feel like texting and doing individual calls. I really have no time for that anymore. There's too much to be done on a day-to-day. So it's time to lock in. You see the spots disappearing. And you see the thing growing. So you're either coming with us or you leave the train. Nice chatting with everyone. We'll see you tomorrow, which will be Wednesday. Maybe tomorrow I was thinking do the live Melbourne versus Down Under Travelers. Announce that one live, game 2, but I haven't seen that game. I know the result. If you haven't watched it, maybe we watch it together. I'm thinking about doing it tomorrow. But comments, questions, whatever you got, drop it on me and let's put it on here. All right, boys. Nice chatting.